So this will start the journey to import the application once more, and hopefully it will download the necessary Scala version. Apparently this is asking me again about the Scala FMT because I deleted the local IntelliJ settings for the project. So I'm going to enable this once this allows me to click on it, because right now this is working. But if I minimize it, I lost Scala FMT. Well, what do I do now? 1 second. Okay, here is the notification. I will enable Scala FMT. Then we have this Scala FMT configuration. Apparently there are some plugins for managing it, but I don't need it. So in any case, this configuration is just specifying Scala FMT, how to format or what are the way that we are working in the project. Not sure why this got paused, but I want it to resume because I need the project to be configured properly. So pause it again. This can be annoying sometimes. I guess this might be the case because SBT is still indexing. Well, in the meantime, I am going to go finding the project structure just to make sure the project is using JDK 11. That's what we expect, and that's fine. The project here is in like the JDK 11 we are talking about. What is Scala? I cannot find it. Possibly at modules. Nope. Libraries. Nope. Possibly we need to wait until this finishes. But in the meantime, I will go and turn on something that is super useful for IntelliJ when working with the Scala projects. So I will look for Scala FMT. We can go to the code style, and then this says that the automatic formatter will be Scala FMT. That's good. This was a suggestion by IntelliJ itself, but I also encourage you to enable reformat on save, and this is going to reformat the file once you save it, and this will prevent you from getting CI failures because you have the wrong format in your code. So in this case, code reviewing will be a piece of cake, at least because we are not going to be pointing out issues with the style. CI fails anyway. But then let's save this and let's wait for IntelliJ to catch up. Apparently it's done now. I'm going to close this, give it some time. Scanning. Look, if you pay attention, the project has been imported successfully, different than before. Like I said, it was likely because the first time the Java version was missing. So now we will go and try navigating while this finishes, but it's using indexing library, so everything should be fine by now. We have the server application, we have resources, we have Scala, we have the controllers, and now we have the highlighting for the source code. And when this finishes indexing everything, we will also have a way to navigate through the code by using control click for going directly to a reference or finding references. Just give it some time. So what else are we missing? We can navigate through the documentation, set up development environment. Let's review what we have done. I will collapse this view because I want the other one. I can minimize this one because I don't need it. So we have set up JDK, we have cloned repository, we have compiled and used SBT, we have the right node version, we have yarn, and related to the runtime dependencies, we already have that environment, and we are missing Postgres, which we are going to launch in another video because this is already long enough. Then we are required to set up the custom configuration. That's for another video too. And then we have the necessary commands for running the application and the necessary dependencies and command for executing the test on the application. So while we work on this, let's see how the project is organized. We have it in the docs, but anyway we can revisit it while the indexes are being updated. So we have the admin project, which is a web application for the admin portal. It's super simple, just 2 files, because most of the UI is actually being generated automatically. So we have the entry point, which is the main, and it does not do much. What else? We have the library modules, the API with the shaded code between all the projects. We have also the server module, which is the backend. We already saw some of the code, main and the test. And we also have the web project, which is the main web application. These does have certainly more files than what we saw at the admin portal. This is not auto-generated. But now, this has finished. And that's it. Apparently, everything seems to be working. Let me go back to the controller, and if I go right here, you can see the imports. If I hold the control key and navigate and hover over some of the imports, we can see some extra details. I can do control plus click, and I will navigate to the file that was referenced, and I can go to some implementation. For example, authenticate. It's a method. Control click will drive me there, and control clicking the method itself is going to find me the references that are invoking this method. With all this in mind, we can claim that the IntelliJ setup has been completed successfully. If we navigate to the test, we can see in the same way, we can see highlighting. We can navigate to the code, and we can see what's going on. We have also the play button for launching the test. This is not going to work because this depends on Docker for the database, but we have some other tests somewhere that should be simpler to execute. For example, this one doesn't depend on anything related to Postgres, so let me run a test right here. Oh, I remember that I haven't compiled the test. I forgot to do that, so this might take a couple extra minutes. So for now, I think I am going to better, unless this stops right away. 1 second. It's compiling the test and running. Okay, it was faster than expected. So this has executed the test. So you can click right here to run the whole test suite on the file. You can click right here to run a group of tests. And you can click right here to run a single test only. What happens if I make this fail? For example, this allows me to fail the test. This is going to fail the test, and then I can double click here, and this will drive me to the exact test that has failed. I have also the stack trace that can tell me the exact line where it failed, and I had a button to rerun only the tests that have failed with this one, and this will continue to fail because obviously that's what I did. If you press Ctrl S, this is going to auto format the code. For example, I broke the format, Ctrl plus S, and it was automatically reformatted by using the Scala FMT rules. That's super handy. I will run the test again, and this is going to succeed now. So this has already been super long. Stay tuned for the next video on how to continue setting up your environment. Thank you.